Today we're playing with Ureni, the Song of the Unending. It's an 8 mana 10/10 with 5, a green, a blue, and a red into more. It has flying, protection from white, protection from black. And when it enters, it deals X damage divided as you choose among any number of target creatures and or planeswalkers your opponents control. X is the number of lands. So in this type of deck, usually when we play our commander, we're going to be hitting the board for 7 or 8 damage. The advantage of this commander is, unlike other high cost dragons, it helps us as a comeback mechanism, as we can play our commander, deal with the board, and then we have a threat of our own. With protection from black and white, there's a lot of removal, and most of them are in those colors. We can still get hit by transformation spells in blue and green, and red has a very hard time hitting us. So it's really two colors we should be worried about, and of course a board wipe. So what's our game plan with this type of deck? Really, the game plan number one is always ramp. We have very expensive creatures, most of them are dragons, so we have that big ramp package. Turn 1 spell, we have turn 3 spell, into some turn 4s to try to hit our commander on 8. Plan B is if they removed our elf on turn 1, we have some turn 2 ramp that can help us out. And then play our bigger creatures. We have a lot of dragons in this deck. We have 14 dragons in this deck. And from the new set, we have the Omen adventure spells. Omen spells allowed us to cast the adventure side, but the card goes into our library instead of exile, which normally adventure spells do. The advantage is they have a pretty good effects. And one of the big problems when playing in blue, especially with dragon decks, is we normally want hands with interaction or we want creatures, so having the option is quite helpful. So what are the advantages of this deck is we ramp, either we play our commander or we play our scary dragons. And we have enough mana to protect them. And we even can play the new Dispelling Exhale to counter any pesky interaction. Stubborn Denial is also very good in this deck, as we can protect most of our dragons with it. Alright, let's see how we do with Ureni. Alright, we're playing against Tiny Bones. Washaw is pretty good, but he's gonna cast it. A mulligan. Okay, we can take out his commander. It's okay. Should we keep? We have removal for his commander. Okay. Okay, that's his entire hand. Even if he takes the elf, it's not bad. The auto. Snapkeet. We have draw. I think we send Deluge to the graveyard, trying to hit our lands. Or another or ramp piece. What does this do? Our player lose 3 unless they sacrifice a permanent. Okay. It's a full discard deck. Well, let's lose 3. So we're gonna cultivate next turn. These are an artifact. I can tap and untap, so I can take 6 here. We have to start discarding maybe the stories, but I think we can take the 6 before we have to start sacrificing permanents, right? Because we have to sacrifice permanent, not just discard. Oh, we can discard a card, so it's fine. Search your library. So he has devotion 2. Let's take it out, because we don't have time for that. Behold. We can deal with that. Gonna lose 3 life. He can tutors for 1. So if he has a 2, maybe he gets something scary. Dark Ritual. Okay, we need a blue. We're probably going for double blue. Okay, we're losing the luge. I think we lose the life here. As we have time. Okay, next time we're potentially can take 6, 9, 11. Can we hit our commander next turn? That's the most important thing. I have 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, we will hit him. Okay. So I definitely want you. I think double green. Okay. We can discard the stories if we need to. Can sacrifice this permanent, but let's discard a card. There you go. You can exile if you want with the red, no problem. Like rituals to untap, I imagine. He doesn't get to cast his commander. I don't need the lands. Alright, play our commander. And we deal with the board. You, and you. So we do 3, all these. And you extra, because we can. We do 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. How much? We have to do X. Where X is the number of lands I control. Oh, 8. Okay. There you go. Can send it here. There. Or wipe. And we can discard this land. Alright. So we can discard 2 cards, see if that's his play. Yeah, almost got carried by the lantern. That's not enough. I take 5, 3 and 2 from the Shelly. Can play an elf, or does it go to exile? No, I'm gonna recast the elf. Okay. Well, we won in spite of the really spooky start. He started with a Grief, a Chrome Mox, and then playing Turgor's Lantern. But we were able to survive. We definitely ramped on time. That's one of the advantages of Ureni. You get to, because we have 8 lands normally, with our commander, we were able to board wipe. That's one of the big benefits of this dragon. We stabilize, it's difficult to deal with, and we can win very quickly. Okay, we're again Sauron. We have mana drain, we keep. No matter what's the hand. Well, unless we don't have the mana, but... We could have played Polluted Delta and gotten a Simic land. That could be a potential play. Okay. So I want to leave a blue up. Polluted Delta it is. There we go for it. Do we need the extra mana? I don't think so. Gonna leave the counterspell open if we don't need it. I'll probably get the trial. Because we need every color. Okay, do we wait until our turn to pop it? I think so. I think we play the blue here. We're in no rush. And do some chip damage. Opponent wants to remove it. Same. We can counter that, but do I really mind? No, not really. I'm not spending my counterspell on that. What do you do? Discard. We can counter that. Let's see if he's willing to fight for that. Excellent. 2. Down to 2 cards. So what do you do? Copy in the graveyard. Okay. So let's get our Triumph because we need a green. We need pretty much everything. So we can play Halfling, protect it if we need to. Just play safe. So in 2 turns he gets to play his commander. We absolutely need to counter that. It does cost it 2, so I'm gonna take 2 is fine. I have a little bit too many spells. Definitely want to play a Noman here. Go red. If you want to counter that, that's fine. That's okay. It was plan A anyway. Do we need the blue? Oh, does he have a 1-cost spell? I think we just hit him. The opponent is using all his counter spells. And cards I don't really agree should be countered, so we'll see if it costs him. So now we get to play our commander. And we can play Deluge, so we can play that instant speed. So no attacks. So it has to be targeted by a red spell. Or blue, he can bounce. Alright, let's memory Deluge. You're a good card. It's not bad. Don't need to play the Deluge now, we can hit. So we play this land. Can we afford to Rift? We can Rift and counter, so let's Rift. If he has a counter magic, he has to fight. There you go. Let's surveil. You can also fetch out a dragon. Ooh, I like that. Looking at you. And let's get a red. It's the only thing that we want. Yep, good game. It was a close game, but this is just a good lesson to not spend your counter spells because you have them. That lost him the game, quite honestly. He had only two counter spells, and he decided to counter the Runescale, which it's fine. He wanted to fight one, but to just counter my Omen spell is really not worth it. He spent a counter spell for that. He could have maybe fought against my mana drain, but instead he wasted a counter spell, and I had more cards in hand than him. I was very decisive because when he played Shieldred, I just won the game pretty much from that point on. It was very important to know and understand when to use the counter spells and when to hold. We're playing against Goshanti. Shrines deck. Normally a control deck. We do have ramp, we can deal with a creature. I don't dislike it. We can play forest, birds, and then our draw spell. Oh, we go second. See, that's removal. Okay, goes for red. I think I'm just shucking Breeding Pool. It sounds obvious. But I want to have Brain Search mana open and if he plays doesn't play anything scary. What do you do at the end? Destroy? I think we have to counter that. Yeah, that's too terrifying. I also think this is the time where we invasion and we take out the Paradise Druid. We just cannot let this deck breathe. The moment they get ahead, it becomes very, very difficult. Okay, can't deal with that. So we need a red. We don't have a red. I think we get the Triumph again. With all colors. We can Invasion or we can Dragon Storm. Don't know if there's much of a difference. I like Dragon Storm. Especially if we're planning to play our dragon here. What are we getting? We have triple green. We have triple blue. We don't have a red. So I'll like a red here. Another blue is always nice. So 6-7, if we draw land, we can play our commander next turn, but it's unlikely. Let's see if we draw land. Ooh, but Glorybringer is good. Because Glorybringer can deal with that guy. I think what we do here is Brainstorm first. Okay. 2 cards. It's gonna be you and you. I don't really want them. We have 3, 6, 7, and 8, so we can Fable. I'm gonna Fable, I think a red. You're gonna play Glorybringer here. We're gonna exert it. Oh, how do we exert? How do we exert? There you go. Exert. We take out his command. Four, 5, 6, 7. Next time we play our commander. Okay, GG's. So in this match, taking out the Paradise Druid definitely paid off. Opponent did not have any ramp spell. So the moment we could deal with it, we'll deal with Goshanti. We definitely we had an advantage. So this is a game of, against this matchup, it's a game of inches. If the moment this deck gets ahead, it's over. So it's really about the stalling ramp if we can. And that's it. We don't have red. I think we have to mulligan. We don't have red again. Well, we do. We can try it. Yeah, we can try it. And this is a control deck, Nicol Bolas. I don't know if we have a good chance. We need a red. I think we have to surveil, unfortunately. Let's get a red. Yep. No, I think we need a triumph. We need every color. Thinking you could go for maybe the Use It land, but we need double green for Flare. I think we go up the beanstalk. We need to draw desperately. Actually not that bad. But we need to draw land next turn or we lose this game. It looks pretty bad. He takes out the counterspell. Okay, huge. What are we getting? Definitely another red. Double red. Take a red and a green. Let's play the red here. Play Glorybringer. If he plays a threat, he can maybe try to play other discard spells. He has flash on every spell. We'll see. Well, I like Memory Deluge. But I also like discounting the dragon. So we can threat, but I want to give him haste. Yeah, I think we just play Deluge. If he wants to counter, it's fine. Okay, because he's slow, he didn't hold up. We can play a land here and Rampant Growth. Or double land. 3, 4, 5, 6. I think at this point we just want double land. The value of holding. Do they have an instant feed duress? No problem. So, he wants to counter my Primeval type, for sure. 100%. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 2 mana here. We're gonna play 6. I think what we do is play the Whelp. Does the opponent want to counter? Nope. This is instant, right? I'll go. Okay. 3 or 5. I guess to play his commander. Alright, I'd like to play this card. Would you like to counter it? No. Definitely that one for sure. Let's see if he has a stifle effect. Nope. Let's get the mace. So what? Or war. War is not bad. So here we want a double spell. 3, 4, 5. We have 7 mana. I want to play 4 and a 3. He knows he has to counter the Glory. And then we have 3 can play Sarkin. Yeah, we'll try. Let's exert. He waited. Why did he wait so long? Do we have 3 islands? We do. Okay. Let's put a clock. Let's enter. Well, he can do that. Oh, we're 1 mana off. A bit unfortunate. Could have maybe played Sarkin there. Play a spell. Does he want to counter? We have Rift. We have 2. Let's hit him. He wants to kill that dragon, that's fine. I'm okay with Sarkin here. He wants to counter, it's fine.
Again.
Oh, we rift him. We can go back. Not bothering me. What does he destroy?
In my image.
Nowhere to run. Where are you hitting? Okay. Okay. Oh, GG's. We were patient. We outvalued him. He did not have as many interaction as I thought. The key turn was waiting with the memory deluge because he had an instant speed to rest. Ooh. There's a combo. There's a new combo with Serac with the new enchantment. I think it's called the Sip Sync Ceremony. Makes creatures cost 2 or less. 2 or less. So it costs. So it makes this commander cost only 1. And because he's in mono black, he can tutor for it. Pretty good. We can actually target that land. You can pressure him. Play the Hellkite. Got the layer into a monocolor deck. They get a tap land. They get a basic land tapped. This slows them a bit. Alright, let's play Glorybringer. Do we Exert? Yeah, sure. Let's just attack normally. We can save the Exert when we need it. We have 5, 6. Okay, alright. Definitely don't want to counter whatever the key searches for. They can play a Time Warp, a Board Wipe. Okay, that's huge. So we're searching for a blue 100%. So you have triple blue, we're gonna need 4. Keep as much mana as possible. We have 2 counterspells. Okay. We counter that. We kinda knew it was in our hand. Okay. Now we play our other counterspell. Alright, good game. Drawing that counterspell worked. It was just a game of patience. Being patient, we drew our turn 1 elf and our ramp spell, and we pushed on with dragons. We didn't need to play our commander. Counterspells were clutch. Ah, it would have been a good hand, but we're missing the green. Do we keep? This is risky. We don't have green. Guess we have to keep this. Do we return a land? Can we return our arena here? Nah, arena's pretty good. I think we'll save. I think we keep 2 lands and try. Hopefully, Brainstorm can save us from this dreadful hand. We unfortunately have to use a land here. Blue and a green, 100%. Try to brainstorm now. We don't have a green, unfortunately. So options are to beanstalk, but I think we should ramp. So let's Utopia for another green. Wasting Ben tapped. Pretty mana efficient. Wish we could have played it a different way, but great. Just had rough mulligans. But his removal is bad. think the most efficient is the orb, the arena, and the beanstalk. It's our only hopes now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep some haste. Alright, so we have free reign to do what we want. Which is Ancient Copper Dragon. Alright, hopefully we roll high. 8. Excellent. We have 4. We can take out his commander. So I can do 4. Okay. GG's. Having the haste. We had 2 ways to haste our Copper Dragon. It looked rough, but having the little bit of ramp was enough. So we had 4. We would just hit Omnath there. He had 4 mana. And we had a good blocker. From there on we're playing Titan. Well, GG's. It was very close. We were 1 turn from losing. Okay, here for the post-game analysis after playing quite a few games with our commander. I ended up really liking this commander. I just love a commander that has protection and also deals with the board. As well as we have just a good excuse to play well-standard creatures. And in the case we need to play our commander to come back from a game, every single time we've been able to play it, 9 out of 10 times we can reset the board, and now we are on the driver's seat. As for disadvantages and things, improvements with the deck, or my suggestions, I had a little bit too many basic lands because a lot of my search spells searched for basic lands, but I ended up with way too many scenarios where I just had too many basics. So I cut them down to 2 mountains, 2 islands, and 3 forests. And in my advice in the mana base, prioritize green mana. So that's why I added the pathways over other mana. In case, because what happened in my mulligans is I had a turn 1 spell into ramp, and I didn't have a green land in my hand, so I had to mulligan. So to avoid that is try to set up your mana base so that you can mostly hit at least the most consistent way possible that green spell turn 1. That was the biggest mistake I would say, is with the mana base. I had too many basics. As for matchups, into the slower matchups we have a really good time because we have counter spells. And if we draw up the beanstalk, or just the sheer amount of mana we create, it is a very tough time for opponents. Our commander is not our only threat. The deck is full of threats. So it doesn't matter if they try to counter once, twice, even 3 times, we can get to a point where we can fight back and start hitting them with big dragons. I'll say the toughest matchups would be aggro. Aggressive matchups are tricky because we have to be fast, and if they take out our mana dorks, we're gonna have a really tough time. So those are the trickiest matchups. You can set up cards to help you with a bit of bore ups. They're not a bad idea, but sometimes they're just a little bit too slow. And usually we want to hit our big creatures. So I definitely advise cards that can get some life gain, or other cards that are good blockers. Another tip is don't go over the top with expensive dragons, try to play also the cheap ones, as most of the time the cheap ones are the ones that can save you from losing, as they're great blockers and can go on the offensive. In my opinion, Ureni is one of the best dragon commanders right now, and I strongly advise, if you really want to play a full dragon theme, Ureni definitely does the job. And as for first upgrades, would be the lands. Definitely get your lands, and don't neglect the cheap dragons. The cheap dragons really can carry a deck like this. Well, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe, and comment what other deck would you like to see. Thank you.